Good day everyone, welcome to LED 102 Teaching and Assessment of Grammar. Today, we are going to discuss classroom interaction and management. But before that, allow me to introduce first myself. I am Aubrey Emplacio, your discussant for today. Before going further to our discussion, let me read to you first the objectives of this lesson. By the end of the lesson, you students are expected to be able to identify teacher-student relationships, roles, and feedback in language learning, and appreciate the importance of creating a positive classroom environment, fostering teacher-student relationships that support effective learning. Now let us discuss classroom interaction and management. So this refers to the dynamics that shape how teaching and learning unfold in a classroom setting. Now we're going to discuss the two sources, which are the Classroom by Scrivener 2012 and the Language Classroom that includes roles, relationships, and interactions by Hall 2011. In the classroom, Scrivener provides a comprehensive explanation of how the physical and social environment of a classroom influences teaching and learning. First, let us talk about the classroom setup. So basically, this is the arrangement of the classroom itself. It includes the use of space, the access to resources, which are the very important parts of the classroom environment. So Scrivener discusses how different configurations such as sitting in rows, groups, or circles. So this can promote or hinder interaction and communication. The second one, we have teacher and student roles. The classroom is a space where the roles of teacher and students are central. So Scrivener emphasizes the importance of balancing authority with a supportive learning atmosphere. The teacher must be both an expert and a facilitator, guiding students through the process of language acquisition while maintaining an engaging and comfortable space for interaction. Third, we have the classroom culture. A positive classroom culture is important for effective learning. Scrivener suggests that teachers should establish routines, expectations, and a sense of community that fosters collaboration, respect, and motivation among students. Next, we have interaction patterns. Scrivener identifies how teachers typically manage different patterns of interactions in the classroom. This includes whole class discussion, group work, pair work, or one-on-one interactions between the teacher and the students. Understanding when and how to use these interaction patterns can significantly affect the dynamics of the language learning. Lastly, we have management of classroom behavior. Effective management of student behavior, including establishing clear expectations and addressing disruptions, is important for a positive and productive learning environment. Now let us move on to the language classroom that includes roles, relationships, and interaction by Hall 2011. Now we have the teacher roles and the student roles. But first, let us discuss the teacher roles. First, we have facilitators, encouraging communication, providing resources, and supporting students' self-directed learning. The second role of teacher is to monitor. They observe students' language use to identify areas for improvement and offering corrective feedback. Teacher also serves as a facilitator in a way that they provide opportunities for students to use grammar interactively, and they guide them to discover patterns through tasks and activities. And lastly, teachers are also considered a counselor because they offer emotional support and building students' confidence in using the language. So if students feel supported in their learning environment, they are more likely to take risks and use grammar correctly. Effective assessment in grammar involves understanding how students feel about their grammar abilities and using positive feedback to build their confidence. Now, aside from teacher roles, we also have student roles. Students tend to actively participate in class. They're also the observer and the collaborator inside the class. They are considered active participants in a way that they are engaging in a class activities and contributing to discussions. They are also observer because they are the ones who are watching and listening, especially in group works or when new concepts are introduced by the teacher. And lastly, they are collaborators because of course, they work with peers or even in group to accomplish a task, and that way they practice their language use. Now we must take note that there should be a relationship between teacher and student because in this way, a respectful, supportive relationship can foster an environment in which students feel comfortable making mistakes, experimenting with language, and even learning from their peers. We must also bear in mind that interaction is not only about communication, but also about feedback. Teachers need to manage how they give corrective feedback, balancing between being encouraging and offering precise, helpful corrections when students make grammatical mistakes. Overall, Scrivener focuses on classroom setup, teacher-student roles, classroom culture, and managing interaction patterns. The physical environment and routines play a crucial role in how students interact and learn. While on the other hand, Hall emphasizes the roles of relationship between the teacher and students, particularly how teachers can manage and facilitate interaction and feedback to support language development. Teachers play different roles and student participation is essential for effective language acquisition. Now for the takeaways, both emphasize the importance of interaction, varied classroom roles, and a supportive environment in grammar instruction. Teachers should use a variety of activities and roles to engage students and help them apply grammar in context. Also, both Scrivener's interaction patterns and Hall's focus on teacher roles and feedback suggest that grammar assessment should be integrated into real-life tasks, observed in meaningful communication, and supported through ongoing feedback to help students improve. That's all for my discussion. Thank you for listening.